Hey everybody, this is Jenny McGarvey, and I am going to share with you today how I created this scrapbook page. It's going to be a double page pocket layout. I'm going to use those Oasis die cuts, plus that backing from the exclusive chipboard alpha that came in the main scrapbook kit. As you can see, I've already printed out my photos. I used the Pick Frame app and my Canon selfie printer. And then now I'm sharing with you the pocket cards that I'm going to use on the left-hand side. So I will combine all of these photos with those pocket cards and the Oasis die cuts to create something that really puts down onto the page our spring break. As you can see, I'm trimming the photos apart, and I'm going to leave these all in their original size. I'm not going to trim them any further. They're all going to just slide inside the pocket pages as they are. Now I'm playing a little bit with the layout because I had kind of forgotten what I was going to do with those photos of my son at the eye doctor. I didn't remember if they were going to go on the left-hand side or the right-hand side. However, it'll all work out just fine when I finish. Now I'm going to play with the layout, as I said, but in the end I will move those photos of my son at the eye doctor over onto the right-hand side. Now, as you can see, I've got mostly filler cards. However, I do have that one card that I'll use for journaling as well, and it will go down at the bottom, and I'll just add some freehanded journaling using my pen, and that's it. I won't use any other additional cards for journaling or those types of things. Now, as you can see, I did take a 4x6 card that was included in the kit this month and trimmed it down to 3x4. I knew that it would be really great on this particular layout, and I loved the different striped effect of the different pinks and corals, and so I thought that was really fun. Now I'm trimming up that backing from the chipboard alphas to create a little card. I love the grid background and the sort of watercolory looking light green, and I thought that it would look really super pretty here on this particular page. I love it, and it's going to look wonderful layered with these die cuts. First I'm using the pineapple one from the Oasis die cuts, but then I'm also going to bring in those clear acetate tags from Pink Fresh Studios. So now, as you can see, I've also placed that gold flamingo down at the bottom. I love the way it looks on those stripes, and I love the whimsical feel that it adds to this particular page, which already has a really fun sort of vacation and summery vibe, even though it's about spring break. Now you can see I have a good balance now between the cards and the different photos, and so I'm going to really begin digging in with the embellishing here. So I've got these stickers from my mind's eye, and I want to see how I can include those with this particular layout because they definitely fit the overall theme and color scheme as well. However, like I already mentioned, I decided to settle on the acetate tag for that pineapple card only because I thought it would be fun to layer that right on top of the text. I am pulling out some of the exclusive embellishments, excuse me, just so I can keep those in mind as I continue to embellish all of the different bits and pieces on this layout. I've used my Scotch ATG gun to adhere the pineapple to the background card, but I'm going to break out my tiny attacher, the little mini stapler, so that I can adhere that acetate tag to the rest of it. Not because I was afraid of the adhesive showing through, but I like the little added texture that the stapler adds. Now, as you can see, I've taken another one of the little tags from the Oasis, and I'm going to use the alphabet stickers from the My Mind's Eye package and just spell out Disney here. I'm going to use both the gold ones and also the striped ones just so I can change up the look and not have it too completely, what's the word? I'm trying to think of the word. Not similar, but I just want to make it fun and a little bit more whimsical, so adding those striped alphas in the center really does help that a lot and adds to the playful nature of the overall theme. I'm just adding a little bit of adhesive on the back of that fun little flamingo, and then I'm going to place right over on top of his legs one of these long thin label stickers, and just so I can write a little bit of something on top of there. I love the way that turned out. It's definitely something I'm going to have to keep in mind in the future. Now I'm still going through all these little die cuts and seeing where I can add a little bit more and dress up this page a little further. I decided that this vacation time would look super cute at the top of the entrance to Disneyland, but I want to pull out one of a shipping tag from my own stash to layer underneath this little thing. So I find a white small shipping tag in my stash, and then I'll use my Scotch ATG gun to add a little bit of adhesive underneath and then layer the vacation time on top. Now I'll simply use my scissors to trim the excess on top of the photo, and then it will all be finished right there. And I love the way that that came out with the straight shipping tag and then the slightly off-kilter vacation time die cut. Now, all I have left really to do here on this page is to add the journaling to this empty card, and I'm just going to use my Papermate Flair pen, it's black, and hand write my journaling. And I didn't draw any lines today or any other guidelines for my journaling, pencil lines or anything like that. I just decided to freehand it, and luckily it all turned out okay, because sometimes it does not work out quite so well. So now you can see I'm basically finished with the left-hand side. I want to make sure that there aren't any little added bits and pieces, but I think it looks okay. So I'm going to pull all of these up so now I can begin to work on the left-hand side, which will just be a continuation of the same overall theme and color palette, though I'm going to change the configuration and use a different page protector. The ones I'm going to use this time has the 4x6 photos and then also the 3x4 photos. So I'm just adding 3 photos that will fit right inside the pockets. And then I'm trimming down the 4x6 that has 4 smaller 2x3 photos on it to add to some of these larger cards as well. I wanted to just add that layering effect right there, and I love the way that they look on top of the larger card. I'm going to trim them down just a tiny bit more so that they can fit where I need them to fit on those particular cards. They were a little bit too tall for both of them, so trimming them gives me a little bit more flexibility in using them on top of these pre-printed cards. Now I want to see how I can embellish that striped card. I really love it a lot the way that it is, but I thought it would be fun to layer together a couple of these little die cuts from the Oasis die cuts and then trim the bottom off just so that they are flush with the bottom edge. Now I'm going to leave that like that for right now, but I'm going to keep in mind some different embellishments that I can also add to that cluster that I already have. Now, as you can see, I've begun to adhere some of these smaller photos to my cards just to make sure that I've got them all in the right places they need to go. And then also adding that little label sticker from the My Mind's Eye collection just so I can add the tiniest bit of journaling to notate really mostly the day, because it's pretty obvious what the photo is of, but I wanted to make sure that it was clear the different date. Now I'm just using my adhesive to adhere one of these flare badges right there with that cluster. I love the way it turns out, and it carried the pineapple theme from the left-hand side over to the right-hand side as well. Now I'm just using my pen to add sort of the title here to this particular card. Obviously I could have used a typewriter, or I could have used alphabet stickers or something like that, and it probably would have looked also pretty awesome. However, I wanted to keep it fairly simple, and so adding the handwriting seemed pretty natural there. Now there are these really awesome My Mind's Eye puffy stickers, and I loved them, and I've been waiting for a reason to use them. So I simply just added one right here where I could add my journaling about my son and his glasses. And that's really it for this entire layout. I'm pretty much done once I'm finished with this journaling. So thank you so much for stopping by and watching my video. I really do appreciate it. If you have any questions, please leave it in the comment box below, and I will do my very best to get back to you. And thank you so much, and make it a great day.